Hello everyone, this is the Double A superstar, the cameraman Aaron Austin, the voice of reason, if you will. I'm here to give you episode numero uno of the Double Down with Double A, starring myself, Double A. Well, anyways, what I want to talk about is some of the stuff that I've seen recently in wrestling. One thing I want to talk about is the return of Big Daddy Cool, Diesel, aka Oz, aka whatever you want to call it, as this week, aka Kevin Nash, whatever. Made his return on this past pay-per-view. He gave his State of the WWE whatever address, a shoot interview, if you will, talking about why he screwed CM Punk. And seeing Kevin Nash back on television, to me, it was like a breath of fresh air. And at the same time, I don't know if anybody's picked this up, when he went backstage to talk to Triple H. Triple H was not in his office. Then you see Johnny Ass, sorry. Shouts out to Jeff Meacham for coming up with that one. Walk in the dressing room and pull him into his office, where they could be more private, to talk about stuff. Everybody knows Johnny Ace or Johnny Ass or John Laurinaitis or whatever you want to call his ass this week is the head of talent relations. All I can say is look to see Kevin Nash in more episodes of Raw and or SmackDown coming up. Another thing I want to talk about is this whole anonymous Raw GM. Ever since it came out, everybody's had their questions, everybody had their doubts. Who in the hell is it? There were hints leading up to that it could have been The Rock. There was hints leading up to it being Stone Cold Steve Austin himself. There was hints leading up to it being Shawn Michaels. Yada 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 yada. For the longest time, I thought it was Michael Cole hiding behind his BlackBerry, hiding behind his computer or whatever, and not wanting to fess up to the fact that yes, I am the Raw GM. However, personally, I think as of now that is Triple H himself. Because think about it. The anonymous Raw GM hasn't had a word to say ever since the H has been back on normal television. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't had a word to say ever since then. And why would the anonymous GM have to come in when the real HMIC, Hitman in Charge, is coming out week after week after week, telling us, the WWE universe, what we want to see, telling us what's going to be on the main event. We also had the return of not Triple H, but his wife, Stephanie K. McMahon, or Levesque or Helmsley, whatever you want to call her, show up. She's back on regular TV. I give her big kudos for that. Not much else to talk about because, to me, in my eye, everything else in wrestling has been kind of boring. However, this is something that, like I told you in my promos, I'm not gonna just talk about wrestling. I'm gonna talk about sports. I'm gonna talk about current affairs, and I'm gonna talk about shit that just flat out pisses me off. Yes, I'm gonna go off on a rant. Shouts out to Stat Boy. For those of you that don't know about me, I recently got into a new relationship, and one thing that's been bugging me lately, I mean throughout my entire life, is the whole race card, if you will. It's no big secret. I mean, I am not ashamed to admit it. My girlfriend is white, and as you can see on the camera, I'm a black man. Um, Let me go on the let me set the record straight. This is not a strike towards any nationality whatsoever. I was raised not to discriminate. I was raised to love everybody equally. I'm like one of these people, if I don't like you, it's because you're an ass. It's not because of the color of your skin, not because of your ethnicity, your religion, creed, color, or whatever. However, the thing that's been getting under my skin is, one, my girlfriend's mom, the same person that smiles in my face, you know, calls me on the phone when she's trying to get in touch with her, you know, all smiles, you know, everything's all polite. However, she's telling my girlfriend at the same time, I don't think you should date him because the color of his skin. I believe blacks should stay with blacks, whites should stay with whites, yada 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 yada. Okay. Number one, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. You're talking smack on me because I'm a black man dating your daughter that's white, and blacks should stay with blacks, whites should stay with whites. You know, I can go with that. However, ain't you the same woman that married a man, my girlfriend's dad, that's Iranian? I mean, that's, to me, that's like super hypocritical. I'm running out of words. I don't know what else to say about this one but one thing that just pisses me off is just racism as a whole. Like I stated before, if I don't like you or whatever, it's not because of the class of people that you come from, it's because of you. It's because you're an ass, you're a dick, you're a bitch, whatever. You know, lay off of it. I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of heat for this one. I don't care. One thing about me is, like I said, you know, for lack of a better term, I call what's black. What's black is black and what's white is white. Alright? And I've been kind of got lectured by, you know, kind of co-directors of this show not to mention this, but I had to get off my chest. I had to say it. And that's about it for right now. Until next time, I'm Double A, and stay tuned to the Double Down with Double A.